Happy Wednesday. We're going to start out today with some core endurance work on the pull-up bar and a little bit on the floor before we get into our power clean and push jerks and then our conditioning, okay? So we've been practicing these strict knees to elbows. I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. We're hanging from the pull-up bar, tuck the knees in, lift until the knees actually make contact with the elbows. That's your tricep. Okay, so roll up as high as you can. You're gonna have to use your lats a little bit more to make sure you get all the way up to the elbow. And then to make sure that this is strict, we're gonna lower our legs down nice and slow, as opposed to letting them come down fast. I just wanna make sure that the heels don't go behind the vertical plane of the bar, because then technically it is kipping. So do your best with those. They are tricky, a little difficult. Just get the knees up as high as you can, aiming for the elbows if possible. After we finish those, it's gonna be kind of like our warm up. We're gonna get into our endurance work. We've got toes bar, right into kipping knees to elbows, right into V-ups, right into tuck-ups, right into a hollow hold for the remainder of the time. So we're building on what we've been working on last week, okay? So for the toes to bar, now we're actually gonna be able to kip. We're gonna try and link our reps, get our toes all the way up to the bar. When we get tired of toes to bar, we're gonna move on to kipping knees to elbows. So same idea, maintaining your rhythm with the kipping knees to elbows. And once we get tired of those, we'll move on to the floor for our V-ups, tuck-ups, and hollow hold. Okay, so taking a look at the toes to bar, trying to stay nice and compact. Then we'll move into knees to elbows, really trying to make contact with the knees and the elbows. Then we're gonna move into our V-ups on the floor. Now, a lot of times I see people do V-ups and they kind of do like a leg raise toe touch. So we're gonna make sure that we don't do that. I want you to think about lifting your chest first and letting your legs follow. Chest up, legs follow, okay? So at the top, we end up in a seated position. Once we get tired of V-ups, we're gonna move into tuck-ups. Same idea, chest up, legs follow, as opposed to here, okay? I wanna make sure you end in a seated position, and then for the remainder of the time, we're gonna hold a hollow body position, lower back glued to the ground, shoulders lifted. If the back starts to come up, you can tuck one or both knees in. If the shoulders start to drop, just reach down for your sides, but try and maintain that hold for the remainder of the time, okay? Cool. Let's go to the barbell. After our core is nice and warm, we're gonna do some power clean and push jerks. So bar is gonna start on the ground or at mid-shin. We're gonna make sure we get a patient pull to the knees. Then we'll get nice and aggressive, jumping that weight all the way up, catching in a quarter squat, re-gripping, going into our push jerk, tiny dip, aggressive drive, drop under that weight, stand it up all the way. On both of these movements, I wanna make sure that your feet are moving. Okay, so feet move out with each movement. It's gonna be great. Working up a little heavier each week. After that, this workout looks fun for me. Hopefully for you too. We're gonna do a workout with handstand push-ups, single arm dumbbell, overhead walking lunges, and wall walks. So lots of shoulders, lots of pressing. For the handstand push-up, if you're gonna do these against the wall, the prerequisite is that you have to be able to kick up to a handstand with straight arms and support yourself. If you cannot support yourself and the arms are bent and you drop straight to your head, we'd recommend scaling it down to either putting your knees or toes on a bench or a box, or doing a down dog handstand push-up to build up some of that strength and awareness before you attempt them against the wall. If you are going against the wall, we're gonna do these kipping or strict if you want to. Hands are gonna be about a foot away from the wall. As you lower yourself down, you're gonna tuck the elbows in, creating a tripod position, so a triangle between your head and your hands. Butt goes on the wall, knees come all the way into the chest, and then we get an aggressive drive like you're doing a squat jump or a thruster to get yourself out of that bottom position and lock out the elbows at the top of each rep. Whew. When we're done with our handstand push-ups, we're gonna grab one dumbbell we're going single arm dumbbell overhead walking lunges. So keep that elbow locked out, and you're gonna be lunging, okay? I usually switch arms when I get to the other side and then bring it back, but do whatever works for you. Our last movement is gonna be a wall walk. Wall walks start with your chest and thighs on the ground. You do a push-up or kind of like a burpee push-up where you roll up. First, step both feet up on the wall. Then you're gonna walk yourself in, trying to get as close as you can, ideally nose and toes on the wall, and then you're gonna walk yourself all the way down until you're laying on the ground to finish the rep. If you're not comfortable going up all the way, you can just take a step up the wall. Maybe you take a couple steps just wherever you're comfortable with. Look up for your toes for a second, and then walk yourself all the way back down to your belly. All right. When we're done with conditioning, we're gonna finish out today with some good mornings with a sandbag. These can either be good mornings with the weight on your back, all right? Pushing the hips back, standing it up all the way, nice flat back, or you can leave the bag in the front and do some RDLs, okay? Nice straight legs, keeping the sandbag close to your body. Have fun, that's it.